Hello fight fans and welcome to another MMA fighting video. One of the many reasons why MMA is the fastest growing sport today is the variety of unpredictable ways a fight can end. While the general narrative for combat sports like boxing or kickboxing is that lightweights don't have the power and ability to finish a fight like their fellow heavyweights, MMA is very different. In mixed martial arts, gloves are designed to be flexible and allow athletes to use their hands for grabbing and maneuvering. When you enable fighters to use submissions as a weapon, the lightweights have the same chance as the heavyweights to end a fight before the final bell. This makes every MMA division exciting, and the UFC's lightweight division proved to be one of the most interesting to watch. Besides superstars like Conor, Penn, and Oliveira, the UFC lightweight division has also produced dominant champions whose names will forever be remembered in MMA history. In this video, we'll count down every UFC lightweight champion from worst to best. Before we start, you should know that we will only include the undisputed champions, while the interim champions like Poirier, Gauthier, and Ferguson will be excluded from the list. So let's dive into it. Number 12. Jens Pulver. Pulver won the lightweight title on February 23, 2001, defeating Caol Uno via unanimous decision, becoming the first official UFC lightweight champion. Pulver defended his belt 2 times against Dennis Hallman and the UFC legend and his bitter rival Penn, defeating them both on the judges' scorecards. His name will be written in history books as one of the first pioneers and most influential figures in the Ultimate Fighting Championship due to his domination and undefeated reign as UFC lightweight champion in the early Zuffa era. Number 11. Anthony Pettis. Showtime is not a nickname that can be asked for, it has to be earned. Anthony Pettis holds one of MMA's most spectacular highlight reels, and every MMA fan remembers the jumping kick from the cage against Benson Henderson. After submitting Benson Henderson via armbar, he won the title on February 26, 2012. Showtime is one of the few fighters that submitted a jiu-jitsu specialist like Henderson and knocked out an elite striker like Stephen Thompson. The kid from Milwaukee defended his title once against Gilbert Melendez before Rafael dos Anjos discovered the blueprint to defeat him by pressuring him against the cage. Number 10. Sean Sherk. Sean Sherk is another UFC pioneer who won the lightweight title on October 14, 2006 by defeating one of the most beloved future fight analysts, Kenny Florian. He defended his belt once against Hermes Franca before he was stripped of the title due to failing a post-fight drug test for nandrolone. Sherk is noted to have taken part in some of the most important fights in the UFC's lightweight division, where he's considered one of his era's most significant lightweight competitors. His MMA record is nothing but spectacular. He holds a record of 36 victories, and his 5 defeats are caused by MMA legends and great champions like Matt Hughes, GSP, Penn, and Edgar. Number 9. Conor McGregor. The Notorious became a lightweight champion by delivering a masterpiece against Eddie Alvarez, knocking him out in the second round when they fought on November 12, 2016. He's the first UFC fighter to hold UFC championships in 2 weight classes simultaneously, and he's the biggest superstar the company has ever seen. Conor, just like Alvarez, never defended his belt and was heavily criticized for holding the division instead of defending the title. Some fans might believe he deserves to be ranked higher, but let's not forget that he fought at lightweight 4 times and only won once when he earned the belt against Alvarez. He lost his belt against Khabib Nurmagomedov in the most anticipated fight in UFC history. Number 8. Rafael dos Anjos. The Brazilian won the lightweight title on March 14, 2015 after defeating Anthony Pettis. While Pettis was considered to be a great champion at the time, who was believed to hold that title for a long time, dos Anjos created the perfect game plan to defeat him, which was keeping Pettis on his back foot while preventing him from implementing his deadly striking game. Dos Anjos is known for his cardio and aggressiveness and has been fighting at the top level for years. He defended his lightweight title once against the fan favorite Cowboy Cerrone before Eddie Alvarez dethroned him by TKOing him in the next bout. Number 7. Benson Henderson. Benson is one of the rare complete fighters who was sharp on the feet and outstanding on the ground. After unanimously defeating Frank Edgar, he won the belt on February 26, 2012. He immediately gave Edgar a rematch, and this time the fight was even closer, but Benson had his hands raised at the end, winning the rematch via split decision. The Smooth defended his title twice against Stockton's native Nate Diaz and the former Strikeforce champion Gilbert Melendez, edging them both on the judges' scorecards. The reason why Benson was not very popular among the fans is due to not being able to finish crucial fights before the final bell. He would dominate and be the better fighter, but he would rarely end a fight via KO or submission. Number 6. Eddie Alvarez. The Underground King won the lightweight belt on July 7, 2016 by brutally beating Rafael dos Anjos in the first round before the referee waved it off. Although Alvarez held the lightweight belt for only 128 days, the shortest amount of time among the lightweight champions, he's one of the best that ever did it and the first fighter to have won championships in both Bellator MMA and the UFC. He's an outstanding wrestler known for his willingness to stand and bang, delivering wars for the ages. The Underground King holds notable wins over former world champions like Pat Curran, Michael Chandler, Shinya Aoki, Gilbert Melendez, Justin Gauthier, Anthony Pettis, Edward Foloyang, and Rafael dos Anjos. That stat is just one of the many indications why Alvarez is considered one of the best UFC lightweight champions ever. By the way, if you like the video so far, do not forget to hit that like button. Number 5. BJ Penn. The Prodigy is a true legend of the sport and is widely considered one of the best lightweight fighters of all time. He won the lightweight belt by defeating Joe Stevenson on January 19, 2008 and broke the all-time lightweight title defense record. He wasn't only winning fights, he was finishing his opponents spectacularly, not leaving it to the judges' hands. Penn was considered one of the world's top pound-for-pound mixed martial artists early in his career and holds victories over opponents such as Din Thomas, Cal Uno, Paul Creighton, and Matt Serra. He also submitted the long-reigning then-champion Matt Hughes to capture the UFC welterweight championship. Even the UFC president Dana White credits Penn with bringing the lower weight divisions into the mainstream of mixed martial arts. Dana describes Penn as the first crossover pay-per-view star for the Ultimate Fighting Championship's lighter weight divisions, as well as praising BJ Penn for building the 155-pound division. Although criticized for continuing to fight past his prime, Penn will always be regarded as one of the best competitors in the UFC's history. Number 4. Frankie Edgar. Despite fighting at bantamweight later in his career, the answer started in lightweight division. He captured the UFC lightweight championship in 2010 and successfully defended it 3 times before losing it in 2012. He was known for his superior wrestling, using it as the primary weapon to neutralize his opponents and destroy them with his deadly ground and pound. He earned the lightweight title by defeating the previously mentioned UFC legend BJ Penn. Then he defended it in a rematch against the Prodigy and 2 more times against Gray Maynard, in fights that are considered some of the best and most competitive battles in UFC's lightweight division. After competing at the top level for years and even defeating the new generation of elite fighters, the answer retired from fighting on November 12, 2022, leaving an astonishing legacy behind. Number 3. Charles Oliveira. Oliveira holds multiple UFC records, notably the most submission wins in the organization's history at 16 and most finishes at 19. He won the belt on May 15, 2021 in a back-and-forth fight against Michael Chandler. The Bronx is known for his ability to finish fights before the final bell, whether by submission or a knockout. His Muay Thai is deadly, and going to ground with Oliveira is the same as trying to wrestle a saltwater crocodile in a river. He successfully defended his belt once against the lightweight elite Dustin Poirier. Although he defeated the top contender Justin Gauthier in the next bout, Oliveira was stripped of the title due to not making the championship weight. The Brazilian has one of the most exciting fighting styles in the sport, and his finishing ability makes him the fans' favorite fighter. Number 2. Islam Makhachev. This Sambo specialist won the lightweight belt on October 22, 2022 by defeating Oliveira via submission. He didn't only defeat Oliveira to win that title, but beat him in his own game, which is the grappling department. Makhachev is so dominant in the octagon, and besides Alexander Volkanovski, who gave him the toughest fight of his career, nobody had come even close to beating him. He hasn't lost for 8 years, and it seems that nobody can stop him anytime soon. The Russian uses Sambo as his primary weapon. He mixes his wrestling with striking and is a pressure fighter who never gives his opponents any space to breathe. He's the current lightweight champion, and only one fighter in the UFC lightweight history was as dominant as he is. Number 1. Khabib Nurmagomedov. You've guessed it, the best lightweight champion of all time is undoubtedly Khabib Nurmagomedov. He was the longest reigning UFC lightweight champion ever, having held the title from April 2018 to March 2021. With 29 wins and no losses, he retired with an undefeated record. Nobody came even close to beating him, and the Russian never even shed a drop of blood in a sport known for its brutality. He won the title on April 7, 2018 by defeating Al Iaquinta on the scorecards. He then defended the belt 3 times, finishing all the challengers before the final bell. The unlucky names on that list were Conor McGregor, Dustin Poirier, and Justin Gaethje. Nurmagomedov is widely considered among the greatest mixed martial artists of all time, and his induction into the UFC Hall of Fame on June 30, 2022 was truly deserved. Fight Matrix ranks him as the #1 lightweight of all time, and so do we on our list. And what do you guys think? Do you agree with the list? Who do you consider the best lightweight champion of all time? Leave your thoughts in the comments, and if you'd like to watch more content like this, please make sure to like and subscribe.